Good evening, friends. Welcome to Rise IAS classes. This is I am Raja Avala, faculty of History as well as Telangana Movement. Today, our topic is Satavahanas religious conditions. How the Satavahanas religious conditions are continued during the Satavahana ruling period. That too, we are going to discuss how the questions will ruling period. That too, we are going to discuss how the questions will appear in the examination regarding Satavahana's religion. The first question may be like this: estimate the religious contribution of the Satavahanas. And the second question may be during the time of the Satavahanas period, Buddhism continued as a common man religion and Brahmanism as king's religion. Jainism lost importance compared with Buddhism and Brahmanism. So these are the questions may appear in the examination. How to write answer for this? So we will discuss the entire thing related to the religious conditions of the Satavahanas period. So first we have to frame some key points. So in the examination, you have to know how to write the question answer. The first one is framing of the key points. Second one, this is called as skeleton. We are going to write the skeleton of the question, and next to adding flesh to the skeleton, and ending. Third one is ending. So coming to our point, framing the question is, there were three religions of that period. One is Brahmanism, another one is Jainism, another one was Buddhism. These three religions were continued during the time of the Satavahanas ruling period. Brahmanism, Jainism, Buddhism. We have to write about all these things. Jainism, almost to early Satavahanas they followed Jainism, later almost disappeared. Buddhism continued as a common man religion but not patronized by the kings. Brahmanism was patronized by the kings but not popularized than the Buddhism. So these are the things. So this is the framing of skeleton. Now coming to the point one by one. First we will go to the Jainism. Early Satavahanas they followed Jainism. According to the Jain literature, what Jain literature says? This says that Srimukha, the first ruler of the founder of Satavahana kingdom, Srimukha, initially he followed Jainism. Later period, Srimukha, he turned into the Vedic religion called as Brahmanism. Whenever he turned into the Brahmanism, so then immediately he died. That means Srimukha died early. This also mentioned in Puranas, but Puranas did not mention about the Jainism. Puranas says that Srimukha, he ruled only 23 years. He died early period, and because his son was minor, in the place of the Srimukha son Satakarni, one, Krishna, brother of Srimukha, ascended the throne and continued ruling. So comparatively, the Puranas explanation of the early period death, it also mentioned in the early period death in Jain literature. So early Satavahanas they followed Jainism. Later they turned into the Vedic religion. During the time of the Satavahanas period, the famous Jain monks of that period, there were two important Jain monks. One was Konda Kundacharya. Another one was Kalakasuri. He wrote Kalakasuri Prabandha. Kalakasuri wrote Kalakasuri Prabandha, Might be he, according to some Jain literature, he lived during the time of the Srimukha period. Kondakundacharya, he lived during the Satavahanas period. He belongs to the Anantapur district. In the Anantapur district, there was an area called Gutti. He belongs to that area, Kondakundacharya. Kondakundacharya, he belongs to the Digambara Jainism. He proposed the philosophy of infinity. He proposed the philosophy of infinity. What is philosophy of infinity? If you come to this point, we can compare this with one elephant, five blind men. For the clear understanding of philosophy of infinity, we can go with an example of a story of five blind men, one elephant. Yeah, coming to the point of elephant, imagine this is an elephant. Might be you may not, it may not look like that, but imagine it is an elephant. Elephant laga అనిపించకపోయినా elephant అనుకోండి. It has one tail. Five blind men, they looked at an elephant and they discussed how elephant would be shaped. One blind man, he touched the tail of the elephant. He said that elephant looks like a rope, a big rope. ఎలిఫెంట్ తోక ఒకతను పట్టుకున్నాడు, వాడికి కనిపించదు కాబట్టి రిమైనింగ్ ప్లేస్ హీ డిడ్ నాట్ వ్యూడ్. దట్స్ వై హీ సెడ్ దట్ ఎలిఫెంట్ లుక్స్ లైక్ ఏ రోప్. ఎలిఫెంట్ ఒక పెద్ద రోప్ లాగా ఉంది అని చెప్పాడు. అండ్ వన్ పర్సన్ టచ్ ద బాడీ ఆఫ్ ది ఎలిఫెంట్. హీ సెడ్ దట్ ఎలిఫెంట్ లుక్స్ లైక్ ఏ వాల్. అండ్ వన్ బ్లైండ్ మ్యాన్, హీ టచ్ ద ఫుట్ ఆఫ్ ది, దట్ ఈస్ లెగ్ ఆఫ్ ది ఎలిఫెంట్. హీ సెడ్ దట్ ఎలిఫెంట్ లుక్స్ లైక్ ఏ పిల్లర్. And another blind man, he touched the trunk of the elephant. He said that elephant looks like a branch of tree branch. And one person, he touched the ear of the elephant. He said that elephant looks like a mat. One blind man touched that tail of the elephant. He said that it is a rope. One elephant touched the foot of the elephant. He said that it was a pillar. It looks like pillar and wall and mat and branch. Five blind men, they expressed their opinion towards the elephant shape. Everyone is correct wherever they touched. వాళ్ళు టచ్ చేసినటువంటి దాన్ని బట్టి వాళ్ళు చెప్పిందంతా కరెక్టే. సో ఆల్ ద వ్యూస్ ఆర్ కరెక్ట్. దేర్ ఆర్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ వ్యూస్ ఇన్ ద యూనివర్స్. యూ హ్యావ్ టు యాక్సెప్ట్ ఆల్ ద యూనివర్సల్ views, infinity views. That is what called as theory of infinity, theory of philosophy of infinity, which was related to the Jainism. Latter period, all the Jain monks, they followed theory of infinity or philosophy of infinity. Philosophy of infinity is a philosophy of Jainism. Next to, after the Jainism, coming to the point of the Buddhism. Buddhism entered into the Deccan, because coming to the point of the Satavahanas were the first people ruled Deccan. Satavahanas introduced religious conditions in the Deccan. Satavahanas introduced administration in the Deccan. Satavahanas introduced political history in the Deccan. All the political history, 3 states of the political history has been started by the Satavahanas. Andhra Pradesh history, Maharashtra history, Karnataka history, Telangana history. So 4 states history was political history has been started by the Satavahanas. So during the Satavahanas period, Buddhism entered into Deccan. That means even before the Satavahanas period, there was evidence of the Buddhism. According to Buddhist literature, even during the time of the Buddha's period, he entered into the Deccan. Buddhism entered into the Deccan. But during the Satavahanas period, it reached its zenith. That means it developed more and more, it spread more and more. Satavahanas period, Satavahana rulers, kings of the Satavahanas, they did not patronize, they did not follow Buddhism, but common people, they followed Buddhism. Common people like less than the king, or some officials, less officials of the Satavahanas period, like Maharadi, Mahabhoja, Maharadi, Mahabhoja, Talavara, and their queens, princesses, common man, carpenters, like goldsmiths, traders. These were main people followed Jain Buddhism than the kings. Kings, they did not patronize the Buddhism. So that's why it continued as a common man religion during the time of the Satavahanas period. It continued as a common man religion during the time of the Satavahanas period. Whereas coming to the point of the Buddhism, in the Buddhism, there were two main sects of the Buddhism. In the two main sects, one was Hinayana, another one was Mahayana. According to Buddhist literature, Mahayana Buddhist sect was founded by Acharya Nagarjuna. Acharya Nagarjuna, he belongs to the Satavahanas period. Acharya Nagarjuna belongs to the Satavahanas period. He lived in the court of the Yajnasri Satakarni. 27th ruler of the Satavahanas, Yajnasri Satakarni. Yajnasri Satakarni patronized the Nagarjuna. And Yajnasri Satakarni, he constructed Mahaparvataka Vihara to the Acharya Nagarjuna. That latter period continued as a Acharya Nagarjuna University. So Mahayana Buddhism, founded by Acharya Nagarjuna, lived during the time of the Satavahanas period. And coming to the point of the kings, Krishna I, he was second Satavahana king. Krishna I. During this period, Krishna I period, he appointed Mahamattas. According to Kanheri inscription, he appointed officers called Mahamattas. Mahamattas were protectors of the Buddhism. They protected Buddhism. For the protection of the Buddhism, Krishna I appointed religious officers called Mahamattas. Dhamma Mahamattas, during the time of the Mauryan period, they were the executives, like propagation of the Buddhism. But these people, Mahamattas, officials to protect Buddhist monks, appointed at Kanheri, according to Kanheri inscription. So Krishna I, Krishna I played a role for the development of Buddhism. Okay, that was Krishna I period. After the Krishna I, the next ruler, Gautamiputra Satakarni period, his mother, Gautami Balasri. Gautami Satakarni mother, Gautami Balasri, she donated caves for the Baudhaniya sect of Buddhism. Baudhaniya sect of the Buddhism. For the Baudhaniya sect of the Buddhism, Gautami Balasri, she donated caves, constructed caves. So except these two, there were no any evidences for the patronage of Buddhism by the Satavahana kings. You have to remember one, Krishna, he appointed Mahamatras for the protection of the Buddhist sect. Second, Gautamiputra Satakarni mother donated caves for the Buddhist monks. Third, Yajnasri Satakarni period, he patronized Acharya Nagarjuna. Acharya Nagarjuna, great pro-founder of the Mahayana Buddhism. Except to these three, there were no any evidences regarding the patronage of Buddhism by the Satavahana kings. Next to Coming to the point of the Buddhist monks of that period, there are two great Buddhist monks. One was Acharya Nagarjuna, and another one was Aryadeva. According to Katha Sarit Sagar, which was written by Katha Sarit Sagar, the book written by Somadeva Suri, according to this book, Acharya Nagarjuna and Aryadeva both were killed by giving poisonous death. He has taken poison forcibly by the Satavahana princess, because Satavahana prince did not accepted the knowledge of the Acharya Nagarjuna and Aryadeva. These two were the great exponents, great philosophers of that period, great analysts of that period, and also great thinkers of that period. So that's why both were died. Acharya Nagarjuna, he wrote 24 books. Acharya Nagarjuna wrote 24 books like Suhruleka. Suhruleka means good letters. The letters which were written to the Yajnasri Satakarni, the letters were wrote to the Yajnasri Satakarni. According to Chinese monks like Yi Ching and China monk Huyan Sang, they said that Suhruleka was one of the textbooks of Mahaparvataka Vihara Acharya Nagarjuna University. So this was considered as a great book of that period. Another books of Acharya Nagarjuna, Prajna Paramita, he wrote Prajna Paramita. This is also very great book. Prajna Paramita means knowledge should have limit. And Acharya Nagarjuna also wrote Ratnavali Rajaparikata. This book, Ratnavali Rajaparikata book, deals with welfare mechanism of the people. This welfare mechanism of the people we included in the DPSP, Directive Principles of State Policy. So that included during the time of the Satavahanas period by the Acharya Nagarjuna. And Acharya Nagarjuna, he also founder of the Sunyavada philosophy. Everything zero. According to this Sunyavada, we cannot create energy, we cannot destroy the energy. Latter period, E is equal to mc square, formula invented by Einstein. That's why Acharya Nagarjuna is called as Indian Einstein. Acharya Nagarjuna, he was founder of the Buddhism, Mahayana Buddhism. That's why he was called as second Buddha. So he was a great exponent of that period. So like that Buddhism developed by the common people followed Buddhism. After the Buddhism, the next one is Vedic religion, also called as Brahmanism. Whereas coming to the point of the Brahmanism during the time of Satavahanas period, Krishna I, second ruler, Krishna I period, he was also mentioned as Kanha, Krishna or Kanha period. He brought Brahmin priestly class, priest from the North India. These priests, they propagated Bhagavatism in South India. So Bhagavatism entered into South India during the time of the Krishna I period. Bhagavatism was developed in North India by Pushyamitra Shunga, the contemporary of Pushyamitra Shunga. He was a contemporary of Kanha. So Bhagavatism entered during the time of the Krishna I period. Latter period, Satakarni I, he was third ruler of Satavahanas. He was third ruler of the Satavahanas. He started Vedic Yajnas and Yagas. These Vedic and Yajnas and Yagas compromised with the Bhagavatism cult. So the mixing of the Vedic Yajnas with Bhagavatism cult continued in South India during the time of Satavahanas period. Gautamiputra Satakarni compared with many devotees, many kings, many gods and great personalities, like he was compared with Rama, Krishna, Yaksha, different gods. He compared, Gautamiputra Satakarni compared with different gods. Gautamiputra Satakarni period, he stopped Varna Sankarya. He stopped the Varna Sankarya. That means mixing of Varnas. And he protected Brahmanism. That's what he was called as Eka Brahmana. Eka Brahmana. He protected the Brahmanism. So Brahmanism flourished during the time of Satavahanas period. Brahmanism flourished during the time of the Satavahanas period. Yagnasri Satakarni, he performed yagnas. That's why he was called as Yagnasri Satakarni. Gautamiputra Satakarni mother Gautami Balasri issued Nasik inscription. According to Nasik inscription, Gautamiputra Satakarni compared with many gods. Not only that, the gods were mentioned in the Gada Saptasati. People during the time of the Satavahanas period, they painted gods on the walls of the village houses like huts. Village houses lo, huts lo దేవుడి బొమ్మలు గీసేవాళ్ళు అని చెప్పేసి గాథా సప్తసతి చెప్తుంది. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ రిలీజన్. If you coming to the point of the Satavahanas religion, one point you have to remember: early Satavahanas followed Jainism. Later Jainism almost disappeared. Jainism almost declined because lack of patronage by the rulers. Next, coming to the point of the Buddhism. Buddhism patronized very few rulers, like only 3 rulers. But Buddhism continued as a common people religion, developed during the time of Satavahanas period, parallelly with Bhagavatism or with Vedic religion. Vedic religion is also called as Brahmanism, that followed yajnas and yagas, involved the yajnas and yagas. Yajnas and yagas in South India started by the Satavahanas, especially during the time of 3rd Satavahana king. Like that you construct the answer, then you proceed to write the answer. Okay, this is about religious conditions of Satavahanas period. Good luck.